The broadcast is live.
Live and in stereo.
Mono.
It's LIW Anthology Stories. What the fuck is our show name? Anthology Series Review.
With special guests, Bare Naked Ladies.
I haven't said it out loud until right now, so this is my first time.
Wait,
John Popper.
dude.
Andy Dick.
Musical guest, Blues Traveler.
Comedian Lisa Lampanelli.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Wow.
Here's your host, Vicky Lewis. Jesus Christ. What a horrible SNL episode.
Is it, though? Is it?
It is.
You're your host, the Ghost of Polly Show.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
I'm not dead.
No, why are you doing the ghost effect? I'm not dead, guys.
Oh, my God. It's crazy talk.
Welcome to LIW Anthology Series Review.
Woohoo!
I said it right. I'm Phoenix West.
Oh, man.
It's a
Well
girl.
done.
You guys suck.
Amazing Dick stories.
If you would give us an order to go in, we might stick with it. We might not, but
Why do I have to select? Hold
There's
on.
no structure.
Shut
none.
the fuck up, Adam. Let's backtrack. One time I said you have to go last, and I got shit for like commanding you guys what order to go. Now you're telling me you want an order.
Oh, and I mean, I don't necessarily want an order. I just want you to come up with an order so that it's more funny when we don't fucking do it.
Hold on,
Fucking-
Mr. West. I got
Fucking fascist.
One time you told me to go last, and I've been waiting to go last ever since, and all we get is awkwardness over and over and
Because you
over.
wait an additional 12 and a half seconds.
I wait, and then everybody else just sits there like, is he going to say
You
something?
wait like a half of happy birthday song until you say her name, and then
That's right.
what are we supposed to do?
That's right.
But today's episode, it was partially Dick, partially my fault. He chose amazing stories. I made him choose a random one. We got stuck with Blue Man Down, which is not about the Blue Man Group dying, unfortunately.
We got big blue balls.
Yeah. If it was called Blue Balls Down, I'd be way more excited. He didn't
Good.
fuck his partner at all. Either one of them.
Yeah. Well, we didn't see it. It was off camera. It was implied.
She was really into him, but let's break down the story because a couple things. Let's do our homework at the beginning here. We're no longer LIW Tales from the Crypt review because fuck that show. A.
You had a mental breakdown.
It
We had
just
existential
point where-
crisis over that show.
at the beginning, the first half dozen episodes, I was like, we're going to discuss the episode, guys, get back on track. And then eventually I got to the point where I'm like, fuck this, let's talk about anything else. So we stopped talking about the show. We some awesome guy on iTunes, I'll look it up here as we get into the episode, sent a review saying this is the worst podcast ever. They rarely talk about Tales from the Crypt or something like that. And it made me laugh. And so I shared it around, and we're already discussing this, but we're like, let's stop being a Tales from the Crypt show because A, it's terrible. B, there's nothing to say when it's terrible. Because it's not terrible in a way where it's like baffling like a good B movie. It's baffling like it's misery. And
How
it's
can it
only-
have that many bad episodes and be stretched out over so many seasons?
Yeah.
Well, it's just
so-
the cheese factor. The cheese factor is so high.
We're just not that unlucky. Like, it's impossible.
But I mean, even when the intros don't match the fucking shows, it's just like, come on, what are you doing, folks? What are you even doing here?
I do have my top 10 for you, though.
we'll get into that in a moment here.
I'll
Okay.
stop.
So put a pin in that for a second. So we're switching over. We're doing the inverse. So we used to do every 5 episodes was a never go back episode. Now the show is pretty much a never go back show. And every 5th episode is going to be a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Oh, really?
So if you guys want to sit out every 5th episode, I understand.
I'm gonna be sick that day.
You'll be
that's
doing
fine.
a solo show every 5th episode.
And
I got hit by a car.
I've already accepted that fact. But I'm giving us more variety. I'm giving everybody a choice here. Today was Dick's turn, kind of. So what we'll do
It's
from now
been
on
Dick's turn like 4 times, but okay.
is we're gonna choose it has been, but we're gonna choose a random show after this.
Wait, when's my turn?
You've already had a turn.
You only get one.
Fucking win.
I haven't
Okay.
had a turn. I haven't had a turn.
Listen, it's your show. Yeah, every turn is your turn.
No, bingo hopper. I love having that scapegoat behind me and the board
Motherfucker,
over
come
here
over there and burn that scapegoat.
because I can point to this board and say it's that fault, this problem.
No, it's
Of all the things you could have broken the move, Jansen, where was your heart, man? Why weren't you thinking you could have saved all of us? You know that?
listen, bro. I tried. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't know where I hit it. I hit
It's
it.
all right. You thought about it. That's all that matters.
You are technically across the street, right? Can't you just run in there and get it right now?
No, he's like 15 minutes away. And
Oh, okay.
he could break in. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to use it, so it doesn't matter. I'll reveal what's going to happen when we choose our next episode, next show. We're not doing a Tales from the Crypt next week, so this is episode 25. So it's going to be after starting the next episode we're going to do 26 is going to be a random show, anthology show, and until episode 30 we're doing Tales from the Crypt, and I'll use a bingo hopper. And if you guys want to miss it, I'll get it. I'll do it alone. I understand.
No, I'll give you my top 10 list for Tales from the Crypt. Remember?
So you could choose episode 30, and after that we're going.
Okay.
We're going random.
Oh, you're evil.
We have to
never helped us before. Never.
You know
It's pure evil.
Is the list I'm going to choose from. Tales from the Crypt is on there, so we could end up watching.
Sure. Oh my God.
So, okay, did we get the homework out of the way? Right.
No, we didn't even talk about this episode.
Homework out of the way. We got our. I had to say.
I think you meant housekeeping. Yeah.
We changed the show.
I missed the part of the heartfelt apology of the garbage that we've been putting out. I'm sorry.
We changed the show name. Apology, and we moved on from what we had. And I when I saw that review, I went, "Oh, that's a dick thing." I can't disagree, though. We do not discuss Tales from the Crypt.
I just wish that you could reply to that and be like, "Hey, man, have you watched the show? Because we have, and we don't want to talk about it."
I did. Something interesting I would like to bring up while you're on that subject. Jeremy Johns did a review today of Demon Knight, and I put in the comments section, I'm like, have you actually watched the show? Because he had fond memories of Tales from the Crypt, like we thought we did. I'm like, have you watched them recently? Because I've watched a whole lot of them. It's not as good as you remember it being. Demon Knight is an exception to the rule. It's a diamond in the rough. It's aged like a fine wine. It's better than it used to be. The TV show, not so much.
Because speaking of inversing things, I remember the opposite when I was a kid. I loved the show, and that movie came out, and I was like, I don't like it.
Yeah. Is it just our taste change? I don't know.
Here I am, and I love the movie, and the show is fucking god awful.
Yeah, that movie's awesome, but the TV show is bad.
We're not going to go over your top 10. I want you to pick one for episode 30.
Fine.
Put some thought into it, Dick. Don't pick it right now. I mean it, man.
I got to reach for it. It's over there, but
this is massive pressure here. This has to count.
You don't have to do it now. We have 5 weeks, so no rush.
That's true. Yeah,
we'll get to it. But
think about it.
Off mic here, I kind of want to see your top 10. But if you want, I can help you whittle it down. But basically, what's going to happen is at the end of the show, we're going to pick a random show to watch, and then we're going to choose a person each week. We're going to go in order. And they're going to pick an episode off camera, and I'll announce it in the Twitter, LIW Anthology Pod. And then, so you'll have a chance to select the episode that looks the best for you based on that series. So I can't be fucking blamed anymore.
Do these have to be episodes we've seen or not seen?
No, I haven't seen most of these shows. I created a list of anthology shows that I could find online. And we'll pick from there. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. But let's talk about Blue Man Down. Amazing stories. Steven Spielberg produced this show.
Blue Man Down. A mediocre story. The end.
It's an adequate episode. That's all
I don't get the amazing stories quality of it. I mean, it's an interesting anecdote, but nothing more. Like it's
okay. Well, let's go roundtable style, like we usually do. Jansen, you're going, so go first.
You just want flat out opinions?
Opinions and no spoilers or anything like that. Just kind of
okay. Flat out opinions. I had high hopes when the episode started. The dialogue seemed good. I was genuinely interested to kind of hear where it was going, because it starts off with just a conversation in the car. He's telling an anecdote, and then it turns into this. We got a call. We got to go. So I was intrigued, and then the show lost me after that. The scene where they're I'm going to tell a little bit about what's going on. Obviously,
go
not
ahead.
spoiling the end or anything, but the scene where they jump into the convenience store and the guy does this is like, guess they're not here anymore. For context, there was a bank or there was a robbery, and they go and respond to the robbery. He says, "You go get the back, I'll get the front." The guy that goes in the front just walks in, looks to his left and right, is like, "Must not be here." Puts his gun away.
I thought they
Doesn't
were
check
lawyers because
Claire.
Yeah,
they're talking about how plumbers make more than lawyers. So I was like, oh, they're lawyers.
yeah, I didn't get that either.
That
But
was a random line. Anyway,
from that point on, I'm just like, I mean, obviously the gunman jumps out from behind the cash register that they could have just been like, "Oh, hey, dude, what are you doing back there? Like, what's up?" So I was like, all right, well, there goes the entire plot because they didn't even think to do anything about that. So the story lost me there. I was disinterested, and then the ending of the episode gets ruined for you 5 minutes later when you figure it out because they don't know how to cover up shit. So the whole amazing story is blown before the story even gets told, which is kind of unfortunate. And at the end of the day, the story itself wasn't that amazing. So I would say, as far as anthology episodes go for stuff like this, obviously this doesn't have any type of like scary factor or anything. It's more just supposed to be like an interesting situation type deal. I would give this, it's hard to rate it against anything else, but as far as it goes, when I'm judging it just based on face value, it's middle of the road. It's 6 out of 10. It was halfway decent story and didn't really do much for me.
Okay. I'll go next. Because going off what you're saying about rating, I don't judge it against things. I just say this is how I felt about this particular episode. So I gave it a 6 as well. It didn't bother me. I didn't hate it. I wish I didn't predict the twist. The same shot I said out loud.
I was so mad when you said it. I was like, I didn't catch it right until you said it. Like, and I was like, God damn it. That's fucking it. There's no way that's not it.
The shot didn't even change yet, and I guessed it. And I was like, fuck. I wish I wasn't paying attention there. Because I wish
you guys do that. You do that every time too. You're like, this is it, isn't it? Please don't be it. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, the only one that didn't work with was that weird mask lady. Where she
that's the only time you didn't predict it. Yeah, that's the only time.
Yeah, that was wrong that time, and I'm glad
I was surprised that you didn't predict that time because you're like retardedly good at predicting these things.
This is my face.
You were born in twist.
It is born.
I was born in twist. You merely adapted. I was born in it.
M. Night Shyamalan.
But going off what Jansen said, it's not a bad episode. It's fine. It's not horror. It's not comedy. It's just a middle of the road crime story kind of. I wish this was a little bit longer, where they could have focused more on the character. It felt a little rushed as far as the character going through his progression there. They don't focus on anything for any amount of time. So we see his partner gets killed in front of him. He blames himself for reading a magazine when his partner gets shot by fake Bane. And he blames himself. And we see a 30-second psychiatrist visit. And then he leaves. And then he's immediately fucking cuckoo bananas. And then they don't do the Kaiser Soze twist at the end where they show all the footage. Again, I'm not supposed to spoil it yet, but this is part of my thoughts. We'll get into it more, but they don't show the whole wrap up of like, this is what was really going on sort of thing. They don't do any of that. He's like, oh, that's what happened. Cool. Credits. And we're like, what the fuck? It just ends. It needed to slow the fuck down and tell a good story and an amazing story, if you will. But it just felt a little rushed for me. And that's my biggest flaw with it, but it didn't bother me. I liked it. It was inoffensive to the viewing experience. So
it was inoffensive.
It wasn't a Tales from the Crypt episode.
It did give me full butt hurt, so therefore.
Whoever wants to go next on the right side of the panel.
Well, here's the thing. This is what year? 1987?
87.
This is prime. I don't think viewers understand who Steven Spielberg was at this time. Like,
are you kidding me?
He was top of the world by 87.
I mean, you're talking about this guy. Steven Spielberg was the guy. Was it?
This is Color Purple.
We don't have that. This is before Last Crusade.
J.J. Abrams. Yeah, he was J.J. Abrams.
He's beyond J.J. Abrams to me. I think he's beyond J.J. Abrams popular, huge. And this is Steven Spielberg. He's taking a shit on the toilet. He's reading some magazine. He goes, "Oh, a killer shoots his partner, but it's a ghost girl. I like it. I'll write that down." And he sends it off. And they make a show out of it. Because that's what Steven Spielberg did in the 80s. He just have an idea and tell somebody, "We're going to make a show out of it, Steven." I said, "I know." And then that was it.
He was an idea factory. Yeah.
It was a factory, and that's what they did. And this is a guy that wanted to do fucking a musical version of Hook, and he didn't do it. So he saved that for the last movie he's ever going to make, called West Side Story, which is a movie we'll never see because theaters are never opening again.
Robert Wise is going to spin in his fucking grave.
Robert Wise.
Fucking
God.
Spielberg will be dead before he has the ability to make West Side Story and put it in the theaters.
Exactly.
Well, one of two things is going to die before he finishes his dream: either theaters or Steven Spielberg or both. So.
Or it'll come out he's a big fat pedophile and his career and legacy is over.
Oh.
It's getting to that point.
I know, man. I know.
All of our heroes are just awful, awful monsters.
Hold on.
This is a shitty time to do.
Jansen's wandering in Wonderland.
I don't give a fuck what you think, dude. I'm listening. Jesus Christ, can't fucking live my life without this shit.
No, you can't. It's forever.
Dick.
But yeah, I just the episode itself was whatever. It's a whatever. It's like one of those. You got 26 episodes to fill. Here's an idea. Go with it. Get my buddy Michael Paul Glazier. He was Starsky, so get him to direct it. He's coming off of Running Man, so his career is pretty hot right now. Let's get him to direct that episode. So that's all it was.
It's not badly directed.
No, it's fine. He's a competent filmmaker. He's fine. Yeah. So Starsky. Or was he Hutch? I can't remember.
He was Starsky.
I had no issues with the cinematography, the shots, angles, the way it was planned out.
He's a competent director. He's fine. He's been doing this for a long time. Yeah.
It was very TV directed, where it's a slow motion.
Yeah.
The guy fell. You expect all that. And it looked fine. It didn't look super dated. They didn't have a bunch of terrible music. It was fine.
This came out in 87.
Yeah.
Pretty decent quality for 87 too.
Yeah.
Again, he did a great job. It's the right that I have a problem with.
Mm-hmm. It's just a hackneyed plot. And it's like an old radio show. That's what it felt like to me.
Well, I was saying during our live review, it felt more like a Beyond Belief factor.
Yeah.
James Brolin or Jonathan Frakes, whoever you want to blame for that show, but it felt like that. We're like, do you really think this happened?
Now tell me, did this happen?
No.
Was it Beyond Belief?
Anyways,
yeah, it was. We made it up. Fuck you.
Yeah, cheapest show in the fucking world, Beyond Belief. It's on our list of shows we might.
I think we should watch Beyond Belief. To be honest,
on the list.
I don't know. I'd like to revisit that show because that show was so fucking cheesy even then.
Yeah, it's terrible. But okay. So what do you rate it?
It's a solid a 5.876.
It's a 6. Okay.
No, I'll take that back. 4.875. A 5. I'll do a 5.
What is wrong with you and Frank?
He's a dick.
Adam.
I remember when this came out. I was probably by junior high when this came out. So I remember them hyping the living shit out of the show because, as Dick illustrated, Steven Spielberg was a idea factory, just crapping things out. He had his hands in so many pies at the time. It's almost like every movie that came out would be traced back to Steven Spielberg, like the Kevin Bacon game. Like he was just related to everything at the time. So when this came out,
super obsessed with getting TV shows done back then.
He was producing TV shows, and I remember this TV show as being very PG. Okay, like a very PG type of okay, we'll show you something scary, but it's going to be no scarier than say Poltergeist, So I remember some of the episodes being good. That's why I was excited about doing this episode tonight. Some of them were good, some of them not so much. And I remember my family got kind of bored with it after a while, and I think we kind of stopped watching it. But there were some that were really good that kept us hoping that some of those that came back would be as good as the ones that we had saw. Because if I remember correctly, they really killed it in the first season. and then they kind of ran out of ideas really quick. This particular episode is a 5 out of 10 for me. It's very mediocre, as everybody's illustrated. I was disappointed because it really kind of didn't go anywhere. Unfortunately, we predicted everything at the beginning, so that knocked all the momentum out of anything we could be excited about. And, you know, acting is competent. We spent most of the time making fun of the main actor because he looks like everybody we know. Like, we kept saying, well, now it looks like Michael Stipe. Now it looks like Fred Durst. Now it looks, you know, I mean, he looked like everybody. So
it's funny because Dick said he looks like Christopher Lloyd, and Christopher Lloyd is on the main poster if you look.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's right here.
That must be the one. That's the one where his head gets cut off. That's the Robert Zemeckis Strickland one.
We got Lloyd, Sheen, and Keitel. And
then
who the fuck this is?
I think that's a mummy on the right there. There was an episode that involved a mummy that I thought was pretty interesting. So this is not going to be as deep as, say, like Twilight Zone, but it's not going to be as like so abstract as like Tales from the Crypt is. That one thing that we said for sure is this is already way better than Tales from the Crypt. You know,
was that mummy episode the Hollywood episode where the guy is playing a mummy and he gets stuck in the costume and he's
talking to people who don't know.
Well, Adam knows.
Yeah, that one.
That's the one. Yeah.
I like that one.
See,
yeah.
See, he knew what I was talking about.
There's some good ones. Yeah, there were some good ones. So this show isn't a complete lost cause, but unfortunately, we rolled the dice on this one. We got this episode, and it's just kind of, you know.
Well, if this is the worst episode, that's not bad. So,
I don't know if it's the worst episode or not because I can't say that I've seen every one, but I remember certain ones. I remember one that involved World War II. I remember one that involved a mummy. I don't remember this one at all. This was the first time I've ever seen it.
With Spielberg being the executive producer, you have a significant chance of getting a World War II or an Alien episode.
Yes.
He's obsessed with those fucking things.
He is.
Or if you're really lucky, it'll be a World War II Alien episode.
Oh shit! Like
that stars a 12-year-old boy.
That's all History Channel is.
Like
that's true.
The last
Bryan Singer didn't direct it.
We don't know this yet. It's still out there. The jury's out.
Who's Jerry?
The jury.
Jerry, a 12-year-old?
Jerry, the 12-year-old.
You should have my hot tub so I can cast him.
Tom Hanks.
Hi.
Where are you?
I played Jor-El as a baby in the movie Superman 2, Director's Donner's Cut.
The Richard Donner cut.
I showed my wang in that movie.
So,
all I know is that somebody needs to tell Spielberg that we don't need another Crystal Skull incident.
Oh, God, no. No, well, that's not happening anymore now.
Yes, I don't want to derail, but I'm hoping to God that never gets made.
It's not. It's done. Hollywood's done. This is it. It's over.
Leave that franchise.
It's over. You're not getting Dune now. Dune's not coming out anymore. It's over.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Shit. I mean, it's
they shut it down altogether.
No, they're delaying it till October of next year.
They're doing the same shit with like 15 other titles. So I mean.
Yeah, but the theaters don't got enough money to last 6 months. What's going to make them last till October?
That's just it. All the studios are sitting on all these properties like everything's going to open back up again. I'm like, the longer you sit on these things,
it's done.
The theater's going to close. You're not going to have any places to put things.
The reality of it is the theater doesn't matter anymore. The new meta is going to be home entertainment, and
I agree.
But that proved to be a disaster. That didn't make any money.
It proved to be a disaster. But what's going to happen when the
They're going to have to drop the budget.
It's every episode, guys. Let's talk about the episode.
It does.
Well, when the ghost of Hollywood is my partner in a crime scene.
Oh, nice segue. There
you go. Yeah. That's where we're at. And
I
want to go into
another amazing Dick Dickett segue.
That's right. That's what he paid me money for.
Sorry, Dad.
So his partner gets killed by.
That was 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm going through the plot here.
Okay.
There's only 20 minutes of plot, so
yes.
And this is my biggest fucking problem: is his partner gets killed, and it cuts to who knows how long later. I don't know. And he's talking to a psychiatrist who's trying to fuck him, and he goes up on the roof and he gets in his car. He gets in his police cruiser and he closes the door and he's sitting there for like 5 seconds, and he's just like looks over to his right and she's like, "Hey, I'm your new partner." I'm like, I didn't hear a door open or close. This bitch is fake. She's not real.
Exactly.
It was so poorly done. How far into this episode, if I didn't spoil it, would you guys have gotten this?
I knew. I already knew.
Probably not that long.
If you didn't say anything, I probably wouldn't have figured it out till
Do you-
the last 5 minutes.
Do you think it would have been better if he's in the car and all of a sudden she's like in the back seat and she like wakes up?
No, what they should have like he drugged her earlier.
Like she's just there. She's
Bro,
like, oh man, I'm
He
sorry.
fucking
Fuck.
roofied me. You slipped
Oh,
me.
man.
Nap. I'm good now. Woo.
Oh man, my ass hurts.
But
And he's
what they
talking.
should have done is he's about to get in the cruiser. She walks up and is like, "Hey, I'm your new partner," and then you can insert whatever noises you want because at this point we're in the unreliable narrator's head. He's hearing a car door.
But do you do a cheesy moment where it's like the sun flickers in his eyes and all of a sudden she shows up, like she's like opening the door, the car headlight or something like that. And it's her, and he's just like, oh, where'd you come from? I didn't see you. I'm your partner.
You guys know who did this better? A Beautiful Mind. They did it way better in that show than they did.
Ron Howard studied the shit out of Amazing Stories. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Opie Taylor.
Everything's back to Twilight Zone.
Opie Spielberg.
Was he in that, or was that Bill Mummy?
Both.
Oh shit! When was Opie Taylor in a Twilight Zone episode? Which one was he in?
He was in Walking Distance.
Is that the one about the grandma?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy that goes back to his childhood home, but he doesn't realize he traveled through time.
Oh, that was Ron Howard?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like-
I love that episode. It's a great episode.
Yeah.
It was like pre-Opie Taylor, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was before.
Yeah, pre. So I don't know. It might be the same year. I think Andy Griffith was 62, right? 62, 63.
Well, this is 59.
Was it really? Oh my God.
So season 1 or 60, but it's season 1.
Yes, I thought season 1 was the 60s.
No.
It was 60.
59 and 60 for season
Was
1.
it really? Oh my
We'll talk
God.
about better shows than this.
Jesus.
50s, 80s, 50s.
She's immediately in the fucking car and is like, hey, let's go. And she keeps looking at his crotch. Did you guys notice that? Like,
No, I didn't notice that at all.
I was too busy watching her play with herself the whole time. I didn't notice it.
she's like clearly into him. I'm like, this is so fucking sad.
There's also a lot of blatant homosexuality overtones in this one too, man.
There really was a lot.
Like a lot of dudes staring at other dudes and grab assing and
Well, it was dudes staring at dudes because there's a man talking to himself in the middle of a diner or a gym.
Yeah,
So-
but what about that one partner guy that comes out and he can't talk to anybody without squeezing somebody's butt cheeks or shoulders or he was making me uncomfortable looking at him. Like he was violating my movie personal space.
Here's the thing about that ghost, though. Now, remember, he's in the diner. This was the big mistake of this episode. He's in the diner with the chick, and she's invisible because she's a ghost. The two cops come up to him, and he goes, "Hey, yeah, I want to introduce you to my new partner here." And all of the cups and glasses are on the table. So, and they have been used. So they set up the table that someone is sitting at the other side of that table. But that doesn't work because she's not there to begin with. So that's a continuity problem.
I see. I can write that off as like he ordered a drink for her.
But then did he drink it? He drank it?
The waitress didn't fill it all the way. She's a shitty waitress.
She's a terrible waitress.
Again, another movie that did this better, The Sixth Sense. Like if you look at the clues there, you can tell when you go back through it a second time. Oh yeah, they paid
But he didn't have any cups in front of him though, did he?
No.
He didn't have a cup. Yeah, this bitch did.
Because they go back in the movie Kaiser Soze style and they go, here's what was really going on, like that.
Right, yeah.
Up. They need to have that in this sort of shit, like Fight Club or Sixth Sense or
they only have 22 minutes.
Yeah.
And the ending was that lady's dead. She died 12 years ago. Oh.
You crazy fuck.
Drives away and is like,
he's really unaffected by that, is he? He's just so fucking blasé about that shit. Just
doesn't bother him at all.
Well, and that's for me, like, why that for me raises the question of why is this such an amazing story if it just falls so fucking flat at the end like that? Like, nobody is surprised, not even the guy that it happened to. So why did we tell this story?
Jansen, aren't you amazed at how flat it really is?
They set up that he had a psychiatrist. Why didn't the psychiatrist do the reveal? She died 12 years ago. I used to treat her.
No, well, she died. The partner that she had killed himself, I think, or what is that what happened? And that's what she didn't want him to do.
I
So the
used to
ghost of the
bang
partner
her in
came
the
back.
back of my El Camino.
I don't know. I couldn't hear the dialogue over you guys, John, so I don't know what happened.
I don't remember talking that much, but
I'm just fucking with you.
you know what I mean? Like some sort of where he's like sitting there going, I'm not fucking crazy. Like I'm not one of
Right,
those cops that are gonna lose it. And the psychiatrist is like, wait, who do you say your partner was?
Yeah.
She died 12 years ago. I just pulled her file.
Well, you know, that could have been the original ending. It's just they ran out of time, maybe. Shit happens. The writer's strike was going on, so they had to go just get
You say that no matter what year it is.
When you got to cut shit out of a
87.
22-minute episode, that's pretty fucking sad, dude.
Actually, you know what? That might have been the writer's strike. Was that time? Was 87?
One of them. Yeah, one of them.
It might have been, yeah.
One of the many writer's strikes.
Yeah, because Hollywood loves the fucking.
And if you haven't learned by now that you need writers, then you're part of the problem. Okay.
But it doesn't matter anymore because they're fucking dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
There is no coming back from this. I just don't see it happening.
Is Robert Kurtzman.
Ah!
That's all you need.
Who's
You don't need
Robert?
writers.
All you need is love and a gun in his mouth and pulling the trigger.
Alex, sorry.
Alex Kurtzman? Oh, that's what I thought you were
drink.
talking about.
I was pouring a drink and not thinking about the first thing.
That fucking guy. Once upon a time, there was a dinosaur, and then it was invaded by aliens, and then it went to New Jersey, and fuck off.
I have good news for you guys. You know what else is on the anthology list we could choose from today?
Oh, no, not Star Trek Discovery.
Star Trek short treks.
Well,
You
that's a
got-
story.
We can watch a
Upper decks,
15-minute
episode. Lower decks,
I've never seen the Lower Decks episode.
That's a cartoon, though.
lower decks,
Lower Dicks.
lower decks.
Well, there's my name for next week.
There you go.
Lower Dicks.
Um.
Ugh.
Oh, you got to make him Dick Miller for one of your thumbnails.
Oh,
Oh.
there you go.
Yeah.
Make him Dick Miller from Tales from the Crypt movie. Demon Knight.
Dick Miller from Terminator.
No, I'll do Dick Miller from Chopping Mall.
Dick Miller from oh, there we go. Topping Mall's good.
He's got the mop.
Otherwise, do Dick Miller from Gremlins because that's when he had the biggest role in.
Gremlins 2, where he's like,
Gremlins 2, yeah, definitely Gremlins 2. That movie's fucking incredible.
Or the garbage man from the Burbs.
Gremlins 2 is way better than the first Gremlins. Holy shit!
You're gonna pick it up because you are a garbage man.
Garbage Day.
Oh god.
So, guys, because I already mentioned how they could have fixed that part of it and the ending. What are our other big complaints about the episode? Why did you give it 5, Adam?
Lack of things happening, man. I mean, there's a chase, there's a psychiatrist, scene, and they're exercising for a second, and it doesn't feel like any of these scenes have any time to breathe, and none of the scenes that you see really count for anything. So it's like nothing really builds any character. Like nothing is. I know you only got 20 minutes, man, but you can still do better than this. We've seen better than this,
It was like a movie made today. No breathing room. They just get to the point. And
I've seen shorts on YouTube that are better than this.
No.
I mean,
don't watch shorts.
you ever seen that fucking movie with the guy that played the Punisher, Thomas Jane? It's called Dirty Laundry.
Dirty Laundry. Yeah, I heard about it.
That's fucking amazing. That's made on a budget of nothing and probably only 20 minutes long, and it was effective. You knew exactly what was going on through the whole thing. So don't tell me you can't. It's just kind of this feels like a bottle episode. Just something that they just threw together in the middle of a season just to stretch it out over time like they used to do.
That's what it was. It was Steven Spielberg on the toilet idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
It
doesn't do
I
anything.
agree with Adam.
Yeah.
It needed more breathing room. That's my biggest complaint with it, because it didn't have enough in the episode where it felt like you need. They come up with this like almost pretend storyline, like Dirty Harry style, where he's tracking down the
fake Bane
Scorpio killer.
It kind of wastes a lot of time with that too.
Yeah, and he pulls over the guy first when he gets his partner, and he pulls over the guy, and the trunk's open. He sees the mask, and he freaks out. Then the guy drives away, and the trunk is immediately closed. I'm like, okay, he imagined that. I thought
No, it wasn't a trunk. It was the window. It was the back. It was the back window.
That's what I assumed when I watched.
Yeah.
I thought it was a trunk, and I thought he was imagining that, trying to create a trail to follow, sort of thing. You know, I want to see these clues because I'm obsessed with this. And she's gonna talk him down off a ledge. Like, you need to calm the fuck down.
There's something else I wanted to bring up. Who's stupider in this movie, the cops or the criminals? I mean,
Criminals.
the criminal leaves the fucking crime mask in the back window.
Mhm.
You know what happens?
He's very lazy.
Masks when you leave them in a car window. You know what car windows do to plastic? You dumb shit. You know, and
L.A.
but like we kind of called attention to at the beginning that the cops walk into the fucking gas station. They don't go clear or anything like that. Just like, well, guess nobody's here. What's the worst could happen, right?
Start reading magazines and eating apples.
Yeah, he pointed the gun for roughly 3 seconds before he stole the apple. So
this is like Keystone Cops, man.
but he sees the mask and the guy leaves, and the partner's like, "Don't shoot, don't, just give it, wait." And
I have a feeling that this show is probably one of the reasons why we have technical advisors on TV shows now, so that you don't get shit like this.
This episode is what I would say is the least it could do to get by is a passable episode.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, here's this, and here's the wrap up, and you're like, okay, it was fine. 1987, you're watching TV.
Well, it's Spielberg. What are you gonna do? You know, what do you want? What do you want, right?
It's a TV show. What do you want?
I think we've said it before too, but I think it's one of those episodes that it didn't have any rewrites, and they just went for it. Like, hey, we're on a timeline. We got this one script here. It works. It's okay. Let's just shoot it, and we're done with it. Make our money. Sign a check. Let's go home.
It feels early into the series run to be given up already, though. It's only season 2.
Well, they probably got the axe, and it didn't go to season 3, did it?
It did season 3, and then
like I said, the first season, some of those episodes really knocked it out of the park, and it kind of went down. If I remember correctly.
I think people kind of got the gist of the show the first season. Like, okay, I don't need to watch that show no more.
And like
an anthology show, you should never feel that because everyone's different. You're not like, I don't care about this storyline.
Well, that's why they only last like 3 seasons, and that's it.
I think you brought this up several episodes back too, but like the quality of TV at this particular time was.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
You had General Hospital, and then you had everything else. You had Hill Street Blues for high drama. You didn't have Breaking Bad or fucking The Wire.
We had Starsky and Hutch a decade previous, and here he is again.
Hazard,
This is the time of what's his name? Hooker, T.H. Hooker.
TJ Hooker,
yeah.
TJ Hooker, Simon and Simon, yeah. Jake and the Fat Man.
Jake and the Fat Man, yeah.
Fat Man.
Hunter, yeah.
Heart to Heart. Remington Steele.
Remington Steele.
Oof. Remington Steele is the reason why we have Pierce Brosnan as James Bond.
I loved that show, Remington Steele.
He couldn't get out of that contract for a while.
Nope. That's why Timothy Dalton was James Bond for a while.
He was my favorite James Bond.
Timothy Dalton?
Timothy Dalton movie? Yeah.
I like Timothy Dalton.
He could have been okay. Yeah, if he had kept
Robert
that for a while. I didn't dislike him.
He was great when he spoke at our school.
We talked
Timothy
about that.
Dalton. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Look it up, people on the interweb.
He's great in Hot Fuzz.
Yes, he is.
Ice cream.
Everybody's great in Hot Fuzz. That movie's fucking
I'm a slasher.
perfect. That
You have to
movie is
stop me.
perfection. Perfection.
It's a great, yeah. Well, that's a perfect movie. Like, what's a perfect movie? That's a perfect
Hot
movie.
Fuzz. There's no flaws in Hot Fuzz. Everything's perfect in that movie.
Perfect movie number 2, Ghostbusters is a perfect.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day is I would say
Yep.
a perfect movie.
Time Cop.
Raiders of the Lost Ark is a perfect movie.
Time Cop.
Time Cop is not a perfect movie.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption is a perfect movie.
Shawshank has a little flaws.
But that's fine. I'm not talking
Flubber's a perfect movie.
about perfect as in precisely, technically sound, historically accurate. I'm just saying as a film, it's perfect.
Troll 2.
Troll 2.
I mean, tell me one thing you didn't like about Flubber. Okay.
Exactly.
I didn't watch it.
The name.
What?
Ted Levine is a genius in Flubber.
It rhymes with rubber.
Oh.
I saw a movie called Rubber.
It's a
It was
remake.
not flawless.
About the tire?
Yeah.
The movie about the tire?
The tire that kills people.
They wanted to watch that on my channel this weekend. I said, no.
Somehow that's watchable, and you're like, oh, you feel like they're trying to say something deep, but deep down you know they're not.
Or they're trying to be funny, and it's not really. The jokes aren't landing. So
no, it feels like you're reading poetry, and you're going, yeah, I totally get what this is about.
It's like, this is really great with a lot of opium.
Henry Miller's Rubber. Jesus.
Great movie.
So in other words, it's a David Lynch movie, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, God.
I think it's wonderful.
So when they're working out, he's doing bench presses, and she's sitting next to him doing like crunches, side crunches.
She's
She's
doing
doing the 80s, very 80s
Jane Fonda workout
tape. Yeah, it was so bad.
She's doing that, and he's like talking to her, and she's like, "You need to loosen up. You need to calm down." And he's just like, what am I don't remember what they're fucking talking about, but he's talking to someone, and then on the other side of the glass, you see the other cop just going like through the glass. Like,
when she was doing her workout thing, all I could think of was that part in Dirty Work where that old guy just keeps watching those videos.
Yeah, Jack Warden. Speaking of Twilight Zone actor.
Oh, I love Dirty Work. I love that fucking movie. Oh,
I love that movie.
Sorry.
One of my favorite comedies.
Yeah, it's underrated.
It's no Hot Fuzz, but
Criminally underrated movie.
Yeah. Artie Lang. Rest in peace. It knows.
Rest in peace.
You know what? He's still alive.
Rest in peace. His nose, though.
Oh no, his nose
is dead.
Yeah, his nose is gone. You know what I watched the other day, which was an odd movie that no one talks about anymore, is Mystery Men.
I love that movie.
Have you seen that recently?
No, I need to rewatch it. But Jansen, look up Artie Lang nose.
It's disgusting.
Wait, what?
Artie Lang nose.
So apparently, Mystery Men is one of those movies where it's a director that's a one and doneer.
Oh yeah,
and it's by choice. Because I was doing the research on it, and I just you stumble into these black holes on the interwebs, and you find the whole history of Mystery Men, which was actually kind of fascinating.
So real quick, Mystery Men is like Gene Garofalo, what's his name from Fargo?
William H. Macy as the shoveler,
and Ben
Stiller as Captain Furious, who he's super strong when he gets really mad.
Paul Rubens is the bad guy.
Yeah.
No, Paul Rubens is a hero. He is he's the spleen. He farts, so that's his thing.
Why would you make me look at this?
Right?
It's gross.
So you know what we're talking about.
But back to Mystery Man.
He snorted his nose off his face.
It's disgusting.
That's how much coke he snorted, dude. He snorted all the coke, all of it.
But I guess the Mystery Man director, the last day of shooting, he said, "Okay, I'm done with this shit. I can go make commercials now and be fine." Because all he was a commercial director. That's all he's done since. He just makes millions of dollars doing commercials.
Hey,
Ridley Scott.
If you could just direct TV shows, no. We're not doing it this episode. We rebranded like Wells Fargo. We're changed.
Oh, of course, yes.
We realized our errors, and we're no longer discussing opening fake accounts for customers or talking about Tales From The Crypt.
There's a lot of good anthology movies though that came out in the 70s that you could cover too.
Yeah, Twilight Zone movie's good.
I have a list. Well, I didn't include like Twilight Zone, Night Gallery, or any Twilight Zone movies because that's on a different show. We're going to discuss that on the LIW TZ review. So that's over there. Frank said Dirty Work sucked, and I fucking hate that guy. Frank, fuck you.
Fuck you, Frank.
Dirty Work is awesome. The movie's awesome.
Yeah, Dirty Work is underrated, man.
I haven't watched it. I have no opinion.
When he gets hit in the head, and he's like, "Son of a bitch, bastard!" I use that all the time.
That's a Norm Macdonald movie, right?
Yeah,
it is a Norm Macdonald vehicle, and he's really good in it. It's just a lot of really funny fucking situational comedy.
Never seen it.
So after we're done recording, if you guys have any suggestions for TV shows, I'll be more than happy to add to the list. But the problem is I have to find
anthology shows. Yeah.
What?
Preferably anthology shows.
What?
Preferably anthology shows.
Are you suggesting we choose anthology shows for the show called LIW Anthology Series Review?
It's an idea.
He's just a sucker for semantics. Isn't
Good idea, Adam.
I mean, if he was a sucker for semantics, he'd remove the word series because
seems like a slam dunk to me.
Hold on, Jansen. Yes.
What? Sorry.
No, finish.
I was gonna say if he's a sucker for semantics, he'd remove the word series from the name of the show because we're not doing any of them in order.
Oh, shots fired across the bow.
Doesn't really make sense, but
What do you mean doesn't make sense? You're just fucking giving us a mixed bag and we're choosing the garbage ones out of the mixed bag. I'm pretty sure the mixed bag only has garbage ones in it now.
You have to think of Phoenix West as like the guy from the fucking Saw movies. Okay, he's the Jigsaw, and he likes to torture his guests. Okay,
Yeah, but he doesn't have any like wisdom to bestow on us after the torture.
You must choose the shitty
no.
episode.
The wisdom is I keep.
Yeah, we watched that. Now go fucking kill yourself.
You say that, but week after week, you show up here, and you're like, "Fuck this, I'm done." And every week you get back. Every fucking week.
Well, you're like an abusive husband. We can't leave.
It's a nothing burger.
Hey, let me talk. That has nothing to do with how much I hate this.
So
Can't find a better man. Can't find a better man.
It has everything to do with how good of a friend I am. So fuck you. I'm done.
okay, fair enough.
I'm just kidding. I'm not done.
So what we're doing now is we'll choose an episode here in a second.
Oh no.
I'm going to choose it randomly. You'll see what I'm going to do, and you'll get it. But we're going to choose someone every week
like this.
No, we need to choose who's going to go first. So someone's going to get responsible for a show, and I'm going to go. You pick the episode that looks the most interesting to you on IMDb.
Okay.
Okay.
If it's a show, and I don't have the episode available, I'll let you know. We'll
That's
discuss it off there. But
we can research it a little bit. Yeah.
all I'm going to do is say we're not going to pick the specific episode on live right now on the show.
Okay. Gotcha.
We're going to choose the show, and then you have a week to choose the episode. So, and we'll let people know on Twitter, LIW Anthology Pod on Twitter. But any last words for Amazing Stories Blue Man Down?
Yes, I don't give up on this show yet. There is. I've seen at least a couple of episodes that I thought were worth us watching again.
Yeah, Dick said that about the fucking Tales from the Crypt. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the Tales from the Crypt movie was fucking fun. We all had a good time.
I kid. I hope you guys know that. I'm just joking.
Also, Phoenix and I watched one that was so good we stopped talking. We weren't talking through the middle. We were like, we're into this. Yeah.
But then we found out when Dick brought up that
it wasn't really Tales from the Crypt. God damn it.
Two-fisted tails or whatever.
Oh well.
Well, I will say one thing about this Amazing Stories episode. I thought the best part was when he's talking to the guy with the gun, and it's the guy that killed his partner, and he's messing with him because he's saying, "Oh, my partner's behind you. She's a marksman." And he's going, "Shut up, man!" Yeah, and he takes his mask off. And I thought that was a good part because the guy just screams, and he's like. He's taking his persona away from him, and he just makes him weak, and he falls on the ground. I thought that was kind of fun. Yeah, he knew to go for the mask to disarm him, which was interesting.
Where the guy's in the pool and he's staring at the guy when he's pumping.
Yeah,
the
guy. That was good.
Wet. I was like, God, are these two gonna fuck or what? Just get on with it already.
I was waiting.
He was already wet, you know.
The scene Dick is talking about where he takes over like a jewelry. Like all these models on the ground.
The hostage situation.
It reminded
me. I don't know what was going on there.
It reminded me of the scene from Cobra at the liquor store.
Oh God, yeah. No, the grocery store.
Now there's a movie.
Store.
There's a movie.
Cobra. It reminded me of that.
Cobra. Yeah, you're the disease and I'm the cure.
Yeah, it reminded me of that a little bit. But then he like takes off the mask and screams, and then the camera cuts. The footage cuts, and he's just like on top of it. He's just arresting him.
So, I'll blow it up, man. I'll fucking do it. Go ahead. I don't shop here.
So Jackie showed up as a ghost in order to get this guy to not give a shit about living so much that he risked his life walking into a live gun. And that was the moral of the story.
Well, no, the moral of the story was that was the guy that killed his partner.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But he captured him by going, "Okay, motherfucker, let's I don't care.
Let's do this. Let's do this, bro."
Yeah. He acted like an 80s good guy.
Yeah.
Ready for the big ride, baby.
You can't bring up Face Off on this show.
Sorry.
Let's talk for an hour about Face Off.
Because I don't give a fuck.
Fuck.
I'm ready. Oh, shit. That's a good one.
How's your dead son?
Hey,
Hey, Sean, how's your dead son? Oh, Nick Cassavetes.
He's a genius. Watch it. Blind Fury. Nick Cassavetes is a genius.
I don't know, man.
Movie with Nick Cage in it.
There's
love
a
Blind
particular
Fury.
guy. I don't know his name right now, but there's that Dirty Harry movie called Sudden Impact, and there's this villain in there that's just fucking chewing his scenery so hard, and I laugh every time that shit's on TV. I have to sit down and watch just that guy doing his monologue. He's trying to outdo the Scorpio Killer from the first movie, and he's doing a really
what's
bad
funny about
job.
the Scorpio Killer? Because this is very similar to Dirty Harry. This episode.
Yeah, this episode is. There's a lot of like on the nose.
Yeah, it's a Cobra mixed with Dirty Harry, and
Yeah.
those two are already kind of similar to begin with. But
Yep.
this episode, Dirty Harry, the thing that throws me off about that is how anticlimactic the showdown with Scorpio Killer is.
Yeah.
Because they're like on the bank of a river, or the San Francisco bridge, or where the fuck they are, and he just shoots him and he falls in the water. And I'm like, that is it.
Well, he talks. He said he has that speech, right?
I got rights, and he just fucking shoots him and throws his badge into the ocean.
That's it. And he's back a year and a half later.
Punk.
Well, he had to come back
there.
to the sequel. Yeah.
You know how many illegitimate children Clint Eastwood has?
Doesn't he have a whole country of illegitimate
Like
children?
his bio does not list them. Like he has like 13 kids.
Yeah. He's
Like
like
he has
Talk
a whole
about
island of illegitimate children.
he's the Sean Kemp of movie stars.
well, Scott Eastwood, who's in Suicide Squad, he's an actor. He talks about that. His mom was a flight attendant. Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. And he said, "I never used my dad's name to get a job." That's it. Yeah, right. I hate that shit.
He is not good. Ugh.
I worked really hard for what I have. It's not because I'm Clint Eastwood's son.
No, it's him and Scott Conn, the two Scott sons, hanging out going, our dads didn't help us at all.
Our dad didn't love us enough. He didn't give me a Lamborghini when I was
He didn't give me enough coke.
Anyway, I'm going to show up to Ocean's 37.
Oh, my God. And a good thing Scott Conn had a Hawaii 5-0 because I don't think anybody else is going to give him a fucking job.
Ugh.
Just think how much money that guy made off that show. That show's on for like 10 years, and he's on the whole thing.
Has that show really been on for 10 years?
Well, it's done now.
Actually find 10 years worth of material?
I think they did 11. I think they did 11 or 12. That show was
Lost still on.
I was on board with that show for about a season, and then I was done.
The guy from Sawyer, or
no, the Korean guy from.
Oh yeah, I think he was on that show. Yeah,
he was, but is he still on?
I think the show's done. I think it was done like 2 years ago.
Thank
God. But it was on for like 10 years.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
because we need to wrap up here.
Oh,
and let's pick our new show. So, and with this,
oh my God, no!
Nito.
It's the wheel of fucking death.
You made that? That's pretty awesome, dude.
Okay, so tell me when. Jansen, tell me when.
This is rigged like an Indian casino.
I'm shuffling. Tell me when, Jansen.
I'm waiting. Hold on.
I can't even read. I can't even read what's on that board.
I don't think we're supposed to.
Shuffling. They're shuffling.
Please don't pick Tales from the Crypt. Please don't pick Tales from the Crypt.
Look how many shows there are, though.
That's a lot of shows.
I was looking around on Netflix and Amazon and Hulu.
Well, the haunting of that show's coming out. What is it called? Haunting of.
Yeah, Hill House, but it's something.
But it's not Hill House. Yeah, it's something else. Blind Manor or something like that. That's Friday.
Any minute now.
Oh, sorry. I was just waiting for you to notice. When?
Okay. Adam, tell me when to click the button.
Okay. When?
Doesn't. All right. So who's going? Oh, sorry.
We need
Real
to pick
quick.
the hat.
Real quick. I know we need to pick who's going to pick the episode before I. Oh God. So before I tell you who won here, So Dick is going on episode 25. So Jansen, you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay. You have to pick an episode of Outer Limits 1963 show.
Oh.
Oh,
Go through those. You don't have to do it right now. We have a week.
Pull it up so I can actually like.
No, it's fine. You have a week. They're all on the hard drive I gave you.
with this show, don't trust the fucking IMDb score. They're all full of shit.
That's what I'm saying. Pick the one that sounds. So don't pick off rating. Don't look at that shit. Pick the one that sounds the
Go
most
off the
interesting to
description.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm just picking from the 1963 season.
Yes, so you're not picking the 2005 or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay.
So next week we're going to discuss an Outer Limits episode, which will make some people on Twitter happy. And yeah,
Those weirdos.
that sucks.
Twatters.
So that'll be episode 26. Episode 30 is going to be Dick's pick for a dick pick of
Dick pics.
Tales from the Crypt, his number one favorite. Or
It won't be my number one favorite, but it's a top 10 for sure.
Okay, it'll be whatever he picks. It's going to be your number one favorite no matter what. I'm just going to say that so I can make fun of you more.
New show. LIW presents dick pics.
You're
That,
gonna
that
love
should
it.
be, instead of never go back, it's going to be dick pics.
Just dick pics. I love
Oh
it.
my god.
Adam comes up with all the subgenres that we do.
I like labeling things. Yeah.
Dick pics. Okay.
Dick pics.
All right. So next week, Jansen is going to choose Outer Limits.
I got
And
a.
then we'll go Adam after the next one, and then we'll go me because I haven't chosen one yet. And then Dick, some point in there. We'll just go in order. So Jansen,
That's
Adam,
what.
me, you. Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's 32 episodes in the first season.
Good luck.
Wow.
Christ, dude.
Hold on. Go fuck yourself because it's either I choose it and I'm the asshole. The bingo hopper, I'm the asshole.
He's gonna
You
vote.
have right now the world at your fingertips of 30.
Hey, quick question. What's that website you just used?
Oh.
Wheelofnames.com.
What
You
is
know
it?
what?
Wheelofnames.com.
Wheel of Name.
That's pretty
Okay,
cool. It's a pretty cool section. Pretty cool.
I was gonna buy this physically, but it's $50, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. You saved yourself a lot of time, and you still had to plug in all the names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you realize that on my top 10 list of Tales from the Crypt episodes, one of them is the John Frankenheimer directed episode?
God damn it! We almost got through an episode without John Frankenheimer. Damn you! Dick.
Hold on. I didn't even bring him up.
I know. We almost got through it. You blew it.
But now that we're here,
I'm fine with that.
God damn it!
this is fixed.
So I think I just picked the one that we're going to watch next.
Go
in 5
ahead.
weeks.
Let it out of your system, John.
That's not a bad
Frankenheimer.
idea. I'm not against that at all. What's this?
Yeah.
Case of Murder? Is that his episode?
What was it? It's the I can't read my own writing. Manual at Large?
Maniac at Large.
Maniac at Large. That's a C, not an L.
It's a Cinemax skin flick. It's Emmanuel at Large.
Oh, okay.
Starring that hot Crystal. What's her name?
Sylvia Crystal.
No. Krista, the other one that was, she was in like the 90s, Emmanuel.
Oh,
She
okay,
was
no.
so fucking hot. She used to date George Clooney.
Emmanuel is in space.
That's her. What was her name, though?
Yeah, that was the one that came out when I was, just.
Oh, she was so hot. Oh, my God. She was insane. Show Adam a picture of her just to give him an idea.
I don't have a picture ready.
Oh,
let
sorry.
me get my wallet. Hold on.
Yeah, it's in his wallet. It's all
Let me get my
sticky.
box
Stuck
set.
together.
Emmanuel in Space. Emmanuel in Space box set right here. Oh, hold on. There she is.
It's all wrinkled in the middle. Yeah.
Steam Deck.
Oh, God. Oh, what was her name? Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm blanking. I'm getting old.
I don't care. I won't know what you're gonna say anyway.
That's fine. Fuck, what's her name?
Just waiting for who to notice.
Kirsta Allen.
Okay.
Kirsta Allen. She was unbelievable.
Cool.
That's fine. That's it. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah. Let's get out of here because I'm done with this show. It was.
The episode.
I'm still looking forward to this show, but this episode was kind of It wasn't bad. I didn't feel like we wasted our time watching it. I don't regret watching it, but I'm kind of like, do better.
Plus, we haven't done a show for a really long time, so it's good to be back. Felt good to do this again.
Yeah.
Hey, I picked the episode. Do you want to announce it
You haven't
now?
looked through them yet. You have a week.
Yeah,
Take
no.
some
See, what I
time.
did was I just put the numbers 1 through 32 on that wheel thing that you gave me, and I just
Oh, fuck. So he does
Jansen.
the same thing you do. God damn
Love
you,
it.
Jansen.
No.
Love it.
This is how I get blamed no matter what. You're going to take your fucking time, pick an episode, and we'll get back to you on Twitter.
dumb. I'm just gonna look
LIW
at IMDb and pick the one with the best rating. I'm
Look
joking.
at
I'll
the
look.
stories, read the little synopsis, and go,
But
that
the
one-
rating, remember the one that we watched, Jansen? That one had a high rating, and that one sucked.
I'm gonna read all fucking 32 little synopsises and make
Oh,
it.
Yeah, you will.
Are you okay?
God, might as well just fucking read the whole Bible.
I mean, there's fortune cookies longer than a synopsis of a
You're a synopsis.
Outer Limits episode.
Read the fucking titles and choose the best
Listen,
title. I don't
Why do
care
you
what
get to
do.
be lazy and I don't get to be lazy? Why?
You have a week.
Double
That's what I'm saying.
standards.
We're not making you choose right now. I would get it right now if you chose.
He's
random.
giving you the green light to not suffer.
Fine, dude. Whatever.
This is your chance to watch a quality episode, or the best chance of a quality episode.
Well,
Or-
to be
that
fair,
one
the
sounds-
best episode of the Outer Limits is not exactly quality.
That wasn't best. That was chosen by Twitter,
Yeah.
and you know Twitter.
Yeah.
Which one did Twitter choose?
A feasibility study or something like that. You watched?
That one had a high score on
That's one of the
IMDb
highest
as well.
ratings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
You weren't here. I liked some of it, but the other half was just like a fucking drag. That was the opposite of this episode we watched today, where that one had too
It's-
many ideas. This one had not enough.
Yeah,
It's one of the
it was
only
a
ones that has a
hodgepodge
one-
ideas.
It's one of the only ones that has a 1-sentence synopsis. That's a big problem. Red flag to me right away.
Yeah.
If you can describe the entire episode in 1 sentence, that's boring.
I didn't hate the episode. I liked it. It was fine. I don't want to watch it again. Anyway, let's get out of here. Until next time, in the meantime, I am Phoenix West.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
Jansen Carlin.
Amazing Dick Stories.
I want to say before we go, Amazing Stories, good theme song.
It is good.
You can't deny that, right?
Couldn't hear it.
Not as good as Tales from the Dark Side.
No.
They had a better intro.
I
I do like the 80s Twilight Zone theme though. That's done by
Hold on.
Cherry Garcia.
Is Amazing Stories theme song? Does it sound like how Dick's singing it?
Yeah.
No, that was the Never Ending Story.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what that sounded like to me.
Yeah, that's what I was going off of. Yeah.
Cherry Garcia, the ice cream?
Yes, Cherry Garcia.
Okay.
Cherry Garcia.
Ben and Jerry's are.
I did say cherry.
You flat out said cherry.
I did. That's all I remember him as. Is an ice cream flavor.
Well, he's the shitty
Fruity
music.
Fruity Acid.
I don't listen to his fucking music. Jesus.
Am I allowed to insult him in front of you? Area? You're not far from where he was from.
Who? Jerry Garcia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Whatever.
okay, just I need clarification before we check out today. The first season bleeds into 1964. I'm allowed to choose from those episodes too, right? I'm just
Pick
choosing from
any episode of that entire series.
You don't have to do a season, just any season.
Oh, it doesn't have to be from season 1.
No, the
Dude.
reason I give it years because there's two different shows. There's the 90s and that.
Oh,
So pick
So
any of those
You got
episodes.
any of the episodes. Yeah,
So-
sky's the limits, buddy.
So
You have 750 episodes to choose
I
from.
just opened up homework for him. So
You have time to actually watch the episode, make sure it doesn't suck. You can screen it for us.
that's true. I probably will screen it just because then I don't have to listen to you fucks.
I
talk.
would. I would screen it first. Yeah, fuck it.
this
Yeah,
is
I hate us too.
this is me saying this is your responsibility. At this point.
All
I'm
right,
not
dude.
getting blamed for this shit anymore.
That way we can blame you if it's.
He's an angry elf. All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Yeah, we did our LIWstudios.com. LIW Anthology Pod on Twitter. Follow that to find out what Jansen eventually picks after he's done bitching and eventually chooses. Raiders of the Lost Flicks for Adam. Go buy Dick's books on Amazon.
Come here to enjoy my amazing quips and
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah, Jansen doesn't do a goddamn thing, but he wants to bitch about what everybody else does.
Jansen's a freelance entrepreneur.
He's a real internet troll.
I
Oh,
go
sorry.
where I go where I please. I live my life to the fullest. All right.
He runs Mike Pence's Twitter account.
At this point.
Nice
Fucking
call, Matt.
Mike Pence needs some help, dude.
So long, citizens.
So long, citizens.
Good night.
Bye.